What's up, moms and dads? This is going to be your child's monthly zodiac reading for July 2018. It's been a while since I've done this reading, but I felt guided to do it again. So shout out to all my fellow parents out there. So I will do a monthly reading for each sign, all 12 signs. So if you know your children's zodiac sign, whether you know their sun, their moon, their rising sign, this may resonate and be beneficial and helpful to you. So this is for parents watching, maybe grandparents, maybe aunts, uncles, whomever. This might be beneficial to you as well. I'm going to go down the exact order and list of the zodiac signs, starting with Aries, which is the first zodiac sign, all the way down to Pisces. I will be sure to leave timestamps so you guys can check when, it goes to each sign, so you can just skip over it where you don't have to watch the whole entire video if you don't want to, okay? So I'm just going to tap into the energy of where they are within themselves and where they are with you, okay? So I will be using the magical fairies or magical message from the fairies oracle cards as advice, and I'll be using the university or the manga university manga tarot for the overall spread. So let's see where they are within themselves. I'm going to start with Aries children. Okay, so if you have an Aries child, it could even be your siblings too. This could resonate for your siblings. But Aries, this is your zodiac sign, your Aries child. Your Aries child, whether they're an Aries sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. Where is this Aries child at within themselves? Okay, that's enough. Alright, so they have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Coins, the Five of Coins, and the Hanged Man. Okay, and let's pull an advice card for you from the fairies. Oracle deck. Okay, you have perfect timing. Okay, so first off, where they're at mentally is the Five of Cups. So they seem to be under some sort of distress, or they might not be happy about something. They might be feeling a bit sad, or I feel like it's because they're perceiving they're alone now. They might not be getting the proper attention that they seek or that they're desiring. So I feel like with this Aries child, they are a bit moody and a bit emotional, or they might be telling you and expressing their thoughts to you, and they might be a little bit sad, whether this is a small child. If it's a baby, it's a little hard to understand, but this baby might be under some emotional distress if it's a baby. If it's a child, they might express it to you if they can, or you can tell by their moods that they're not, thinking on happy terms. And I feel like emotionally, I feel like it's because they feel a little bit alone for some reason, and it might be that this child is not feeling at home, or they don't feel comfortable in some sort of living situation, but it seems like they are perceiving that they're by themselves or they're alone in some way. They're not getting the proper attention that they want or that they seek. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing anything wrong, but for whatever reason this child is seeing that. If you have a baby, it could be the living situation, whether you're going through a move or it's like a lot of people around or something. They could be picking up on multiple energies or some sort of imbalance. But how they're perceiving things with the Five of Pentacles, they do feel a little bit alone or a little bit abandoned. Something about stability that they don't feel, or they're not feeling secure, protected, or not getting enough attention. If you guys have one of those little kids that seek a lot of attention, it could be that. It might not be a serious thing, but with the Hanged Man, as what they're showing you, they are exhibiting a little bit of extreme behavior, or a little abnormal, like they're abnormality in some way. I feel that they might be seeking attention, or crying out for attention, especially if it's a teenager, I would say, or preteen. They're really screaming out for attention. Your advice is perfect timing. It says this is the right time for you to move forward. So if there's something that you've been thinking about in relation to this child, I feel like Spirit is telling you to act on that, because now is the time to step in. If you guys are an auntie or something, even more so. You don't have to be this child's parent. But yeah, that's what I'm picking up. So that was Aries children. Let's move on to Taurus children. Okay. Taurus children, let's see where they are within themselves, whether this is a Taurus sun, moon, or rising child. Let's tap into their energy. Okay. The Ten of Cups. Okay. The King of Wands. The Six of Coins. And the Nine of Swords. Okay. So let's see. What's your advice? What is your advice as a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, whomever is in care of this child? What is your advice? This Taurus child, express your individuality. So Ten of Cups, mentally, they're thinking about their goals right now, or they're just focusing on their blissfulness, their happiness right now. So it seems like mentally they're in a good space within themselves. They are happy. I feel that they may be focused on a lot of things that they want right now. It kind of looks like toys, so they might like to play or tea parties or something if it's a little child or something like that. But if it's a teenager or kids that have a little more choices in their life, they're focusing on things that make them happy or things that they want to accomplish or that makes them happy. So how they're feeling, they are feeling a lot of playfulness, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement for something. They could be going camping, so they could be focusing on that. Like, I'm going camping, or I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to do that. It could be a sport or something that they're interested in, or some new toy or new gadget that they're interested in, but their focus is, I feel like, on some sort of excitement or a lot of energy towards this. Whatever it is, how they're perceiving things is the Six of Pentacles. So they are feeling like they are getting a lot out of life or a lot out of this month. For some of them, this could be chores, that, you know, like allowance or something. They could be getting a lot of attention from school, because this could be like a teenager where they're creating a lot of friends, or they're popular, because I see the King of Pentacles or the Wands is kind of popular. And I feel like athleticism, so they might be getting some attention from that, but they are perceiving that they're getting something that they're putting out, like they're getting something in return. And like I said, it could be allowance. So what they're projecting outwardly is the Nine of Swords. I feel like they might be projecting this energy as being carefree, not really bogged down by anything, not stressed out by anything. They could be expressing to you all of this excitement. They could be overworking themselves, because I feel like they are excited about something. But your advice is let them express their individuality. I feel like this child is meant to be seen, or they have a lot of talents, and they might have, you know, some popularity, or this child is just really expressive and playful and has a lot of energy. Allow them to express themselves. It says allow your true self to shine, because you are awesome. So your child is definitely definitely happy, I feel, and allow them to be that spark, that child that has a lot to share with the world. Okay. All right, Gemini babies. Okay, let's see. Gemini kids, you guys have the Knight of Wands. Your Gemini child has the Knight of Wands. Let's see what else. Gemini kids, Gemini children. Where are they at for the month of July? Gemini children, sun, moon, rising, and signs. The Queen of Cups. The Six of Swords. The Ace of Cups. Okay. And as a guardian or parent, what is your advice? What is your advice for your Gemini child this month What's your advice? Easy does it. Okay, so let's see. Knight of Wands, what they're thinking. They are thinking about possibly starting some new activities or ventures, or they want to be, I feel like they're thinking about adventure or playfulness. So this child might be, you know, they might be a handful. This could be a child that's pretty much thinking, if it's a baby, it's kind of hard to determine that. Um, it's kind of hard to determine where the baby is wanting or thinking. If it's a toddler, I feel like they want to get into things and explore, but it seems like they have a lot of energy that they want to get out. If it's a baby, they could be thinking along the lines of some sort of attention. Maybe they want some new toys or something, something that's visual, something that they like, activity toys for a baby, okay? Something that's like activities. But how they feel is the Queen of Cups. They feel completely loved, completely nurtured, completely content. This might be a little bit of a spoiled child, boy or girl, it doesn't matter. They're very much spoiled. I feel like they're well taken care of and they know it. They're well loved by all four corners of their family. But they are feeling very content and happy in their life. And I do feel like they know they are the center of attention. Okay. Six of Swords, how they're perceiving things. They are perceiving things as calm, peaceful, flowing energy. They're not thinking too much into things. You know, kids don't really think too much like that anyway. They don't have any cares or worries too much. But it seems like their life is pretty easygoing. It flows well. If you guys are moving, I feel like they have an understanding that things are transitioning because they're moving. They could be happy because the fact that they are moving too. Some kids like the move. But other than that, I feel like they're perceiving that they have a natural flow in life. The Ace of Cups is how they're projecting themselves. This is a sweet child. This child may be exhibiting peacefulness and serenity. Maybe they're very affectionate, very loving, giggly, happy. They might be like a quiet child, like shy and quiet. But I feel like they are happy though. I get a positive energy out of this Gemini baby or child. So easy does it is your advice. It says, stop trying so hard to control everything and allow the door, or the doors will open for you. So easy does it, calm energy. I feel like this child is at peace right now. There's not much that you need to push for or do. You're not a bad parent, if that's what you're wondering. It's not anything that you can do better. Not to say that there's nothing you can do better, but it's not that you need to do better, like you're pressuring yourself. Because I feel like your child is actually at a good space within themselves, mentally and emotionally, and even spiritually. They're in a good space. They're balanced. They're in a harmonious state. Okay. All right. So that's Gemini children. Let's look at Cancer children. Okay. So if your child is a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is for you. See where your Cancer child is within themselves. Where is your Cancer child at within themselves? Where is the Cancer children at within themselves? Okay. Mentally, they have the Four of Wands, the Chariot, the Hermit, and the Three of Swords. Okay. They're going to be moody. I get that. It's normal. Alright. Let's see what your advice is as a parent or their guardian. What is your advice this month for your Cancer child? Okay. Express your individuality. So the Four of Wands is what's on this Cancer child's mind. And it could be family. It could be wanting to go on some vacations. I'm seeing this as camping or like going towards the woods or traveling or just getting out, playing at the park or something. They're focused on their family right now. That is their biggest focus. That is their biggest concern, is their stability also. I feel like with their feelings, the Chariot card is actually a Cancer card. So how they're feeling is actually normal. It might be a lot of, they might be nagging at you a little bit. They might be pressuring you to do things like they want to travel a lot or they want to just go out and about. They want to go in the car. They want to ride their bike or they want to get in the stroller. They want to go for a walk. They want to do something. And I feel like they might be a little bit nagging at that. And I feel like it's normal for some reason because they are a Cancer, and the Chariot card is a Cancer card. So I feel like they might want some adventure. They just want something to do, or they want to get out, or there's a heavy need for travel. But they want all family involved. They might even suggest walking the dogs if you have dogs. The Hermit card, as how they're perceiving things, is like they might be perceiving things from this space like nobody ever wants to do anything. They might be as moody if they're like a teenager or something, as nobody ever wants to do anything with me, or like I'm not getting the point across or something. I'm just getting like they're overthinking things just a little bit. But I feel like they have plans, like they want to do something with their family. They want to go out. They want to go out and about, or they want to go travel, or they want to go to the woods, or they want to go to the park. They want to go to a picnic or something, to the playground. They have an idea that they want to implement. If this is a teenager, they just want family to come together, and they might be working really hard to make that happen. And I feel, you know, what they're exhibiting is a little bit of sadness. They might be expressing that they're unhappy about this. Like, we never do anything, or you guys never want to go anywhere, or they might whine or cry, you know, and I feel like that's why. So express your individuality is your advice for this Cancer child, and it says allow your true self to shine because you are awesome. So this child is an awesome child, and I feel like you know that, and I feel like you need to allow them to express themselves how they do. If they are a little bit emotional, I feel like that's just them. If they are nagging at you to do things, be open to hear what they have to say, or what they want to do, and where they want to go. Okay. All right, so that was Cancer children. So moving on to Leo children. Okay, so Leos. Let's see. Let's tap into Leo children's energy and see where they are within themselves. So, if your child is a Leo, your child is a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, this may resonate with you, whether you're their parent, their guardian. This is for you. Where is this Leo child at? Okay, so you have the Nine of Cups, the Sun, which is a Leo card. That's good. I like the Sun card. The King of Swords, the Six of Coins. So as the Cancer's parent or guardian, what is your advice for this Cancer child this month? What is your advice? Your wish is granted. Okay. So the Nine of Cups is this kid is focused on something that they want. But they are happy. I feel like they are exceptionally happy. They are in a good mood this month for the majority of the month. I feel like this child feels fulfilled in some way, or they're thinking about the next thing that they want, or what makes them happy. It seems like they're in a good space within themselves, because with the Sun card in their emotional state, they are blissful, they are happy, and being a Leo child, this is a Leo card, the Sun card, they are in their element. They are actually, I feel like, very outgoing children. They may take to nature. I feel like if you guys are interested in the Mauritius, I feel that this child is like a Oshun child. They love sunflowers, and I feel like they're very outgoing. They have a lot of individuality. This child, if it's a preteen or a teenager or something, they might like actually have colored hair, or they might like, you know, outlandish type of looks and stuff, but that's how they express themselves. They're very outgoing, but I feel like they're exceptionally happy. And they're even more happier when they're out in the sun, or when they're out in nature. They get to actually be around people. Let's see. The King of Swords. You guys, I feel like their perception, the Leo child's perception, may be a little bit... This child is like very creative, but I feel like they could be a little bit sneaky and conniving a little bit. Like they have tricks up their sleeve. And it could be because they want to get something out of you. So just know that their little charming nature, they want to get something out of you. Okay, especially if you're a dad, they know how to get to you. They know how to sweet talk you. And they might convince you to do something for them. But they have the Six of Pentacles as what they're projecting. So they might be like, if I do this, will you give me that? If I clean up, will you give me this? And whatever the case may be. It's a baby. They're very spoiled. They might be a daddy's boy, daddy's girl. They want your attention. They're like a happy baby. But I feel like they do things to get your attention. They might laugh or giggle. Even if it's a baby. Like, babies pick up energies well. So, you know, I saw the funniest video. I'm just going off on a tangent right now. But I saw this video on Instagram with this baby. Her parents were kissing and she was like, she pulled her dad away from her mom. Like, this is my man. That's how I kind of see it. Like, the baby might really love the dad. Not that they don't love the mom, but they're daddy's girl or daddy's boy. But anyway, your advice is your wish is granted. So your child is going to get what they ask for. And I feel like you're going to give it to them. And I feel like it's because they deserve it. They do. Especially if they're the type that, you know, helps around the house and they are good with behavior. They're gonna get what they want out of you. That's just what it is. I feel like they're a charming child. All right, Virgo children. If your children are Virgos, let's see. If your child is a Virgo, what is their monthly energy reading? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising children. What is their energy for the month of July? High Priestess flew out. You saw how that happened. Seven of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. A lot of sevens. They're very connected. Four of Swords. Your child is very intuitive. That's what I'm picking up. At least this month. But I feel like they're intuitive. Let's see what your advice is as their parent or their guardian for this Virgo child. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Hold on one second. Whoa. A lot of cards flew out of the deck. So, let's see. I just need one card, Divine Spirit, for these Virgo children's parents or guardians. What is their advice this month? Get some exercise. That card came out. So the High Priestess is what they're thinking. So this child may know that they might pay attention to you. They might know something and pick up something that you're not paying attention to. I feel like they're very in tune with you, especially if you are a mom. They're very in tune, this Virgo child. And they might be like seeing things that you don't see. Like you might be ignoring certain signs. You might be ignoring certain things that are around you or being said. And this child peeps everything. They're peeping everything that's going on around you. Even if it's a little baby, they pick up energies well. I feel like this child is very smart. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like they are perceiving that something requires a little bit of work or patience. So they might be looking at you individually. This child may be very introspective and very quiet than usual, or the type of child that spends a lot of time by themselves more than normal, or just chooses to. It might be a baby that sleeps a lot too, or a child that's been sleeping a lot, or just spending a lot of time alone. And I feel like it's something that they're keeping from you, or that they see that they're choosing not to speak on, and they're maybe waiting for the right time. And I'm not picking up, what is it that I'm picking up? Because I want to make sure. Ten of Swords in the Tower. It might be something that's bothering them. They're afraid to make you angry, possibly, what they're going to say. Or they might have an opinion. So I have get some exercise. And maybe that's your health that they're worried about. It could be that this child is picking up that you're doing something that isn't healthy for you. Or they feel like it's time for you to focus on your health, possibly. It says, as your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all thy ways. So this child may be actually picking up that you're doing something unhealthy. If it's smoking, they might not like it. And for some reason, they're afraid to tell you that. Okay. All right. That is the Virgo kids. Let's tap into Virgo, Libra. Okay. Libra is the next sign. So if your child is a Libra, you have a Libra child that's either a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. The World card. Ten of Wands. Oh, okay. The Queen of Cups. You guys might have a teenager or a preteen. It might be time to have that talk. Six of Cups. Okay. Ten of Cups is the bottom card. What is your advice as this Libra child's parent or guardian? What is your advice for them? What is your advice, or what is Spirit's advice to you for this child? Holiday. Okay. So I get that they're thinking about a lot of different things. I feel that this child may be going through a body change, or whether it's a boy or girl, they might be developing breasts, their voice might be changing, they might be starting their period for some of you. You guys are going through that, or you guys could be the grandparent, the aunt, the uncle, or the older brother, sister. They're going through that, and I feel like they're starting to focus on their appearance more. Am I cute? Am I pretty? Am I handsome? You know, am I strong? You know, they're focusing on how they look. If this is a child, I feel like they're in a like their own little world. They're imaginative this month. So they might be into like different phases of things. They might be into like singers and idols and stuff, or they might be into different toys. They might be into animals. They're exploring things. This is a culture child. This child might be the type that watches like Animal Planet or the Science Channel or something. Like, they're very inquisitive at this age right now. If it's a baby, I feel like you're starting to see some changes in their personality, or their personality is starting to come out more. And they're gonna be very explorer, like they're an explorer type, adventurer type of child. So just be on, just be aware of that when they get older. If it's a baby, they're gonna want to get into everything. And I feel like when they get older, they're gonna be very smart though. With the Ten of Wands as how they feel, they might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And like I said, if they're going through a body change, even more so, because this kind of looks like bodies, like stick figures. So they could be going through a physical change in themselves, or seeing a change in their appearance, whether it's a period, because I kind of feel like some of you guys might have a child that's starting their period. If it's a boy, their voice is changing, or their face or something. They're going through a change or phase. The babies or the smaller children, I feel like there might be something going on with the parents that's causing them to feel like things are a little bit out of order right now, or a little bit stressful, or a challenge for them, but not so much. Queen of Cups, how they're perceiving things. They are perceiving that they're coming into their own if it's a preteen, and I feel like they might be noticing boys and girls more now. Like, they might be having crushes. If you have a son, more than likely he has a crush. He's thinking about girls. But also I feel like they're perceiving that they are very loved and cared for right now. They do feel more at peace than not. So they feel very much loved, especially if it's a girl. They feel that they're going through a lot of emotions, but they feel supported through those emotions. Could be going through, their puberty pretty much. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is how they're projecting themselves outwardly. I feel like it's still this innocence. They're still, even though they might be changing, they still have this sweetness about them. But I also feel for the babies or smaller kids, they are, I feel, well behaved though. But I do also feel the Six of Cups. I'm just getting like they're not a big issue, or not that children are an issue, but I don't feel like you're going to have a lot of stress from this child, even though they're going through their changes or milestones as a baby or as a preteen. They're not a heavy burden, because it seems like they're taking these things well in some way, or changes well, or they just feel very loved. The holiday card tells me that this is something seasonal. The advice is the answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. So if you guys are trying to pick your children's brain and what's going on in their minds, you might start to notice things when you guys get away together, you guys go on a trip, or you guys have a family outing, or they might start to tell you they're interested in somebody, or they have a crush on a boy, or have a crush on a girl or something, or your baby starts to walk or something. It's a seasonal change, like a milestone, as I'm picking up. That's interesting. Okay. And this was, I have lost count if this was Libra children. I believe this is Libra or Scorpio. Can someone please help me? Because I cannot. You can tell I've been reading for like a long time. Trying to think if it was Scorpio or Libra. I believe I was just on Libra children. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I was on Libra. All right, so moving on to Scorpio babies, Scorpio children and babies. Okay, got a screenshot. So Scorpio children and babies, this is for you. So if you are a parent of a Scorpio sun, moon, rising child, this is for you for the month of July. Let's see. 5 of Wands, 5 of Cups. These two cards came out. The Temperance and the Page of Swords. Oop, okay. What's the advice? We got a little, let's see, advice for guardians and parents of these Scorpio children for the month of July. Okay, Flower Power. All right, so you have the 5 of Wands is what they're thinking. This child is like mischievous, or they're wanting to like do things they know they have no business doing. So this could be like a curious child. This could be, you know, like an inquisitive child, or a child that's just like active and always into something. So they are very, very much daring this month. It seems like they want to get into things, and I feel like it's because they're unhappy about something. They could have like an anger issue, or they could just feel like they're not getting attention or something. It seems, I'm gonna be honest, no disrespect to anybody, but it seems like this child is a little bit bratty, or at least this month, like they're exhibiting bratty behavior. So this 5 of Cups energy is like, I'm not satisfied, I'm not happy, I didn't get what I want, I'm mad. With the Temperance card, what they are, how they're perceiving things is kind of like, yeah, I gotta kind of get what I want, or do things to get a result or reaction that I want. I'm looking for a reaction, and more so from a mother. It seems like they want mothers to react a certain way, but I feel like it's only because they want a more time with their family, or more time with their mothers, or more time with a parent specifically. I feel like they want more time out of it, and they feel like they got to do certain things to get a certain reaction out of you, to get the attention. And what they're projecting is, yeah, they're a little mouthy. They might be talking back. They might be crying a lot. They might be throwing things. I just see this as a little temper tantrum. So, yeah. Flower Power. They might need some healing. Just a little bit of nurturing and attention, or maybe something to take their focus off of it. So take them out in nature, because it seems like they would be like, oh, look at this pretty rock or something, or look at this pretty flower. And I feel like it'll kind of lighten the energy, because even as adults, we need that walk. Even when we're in a bad mood, we need that air, we need that nature, that walk. And I feel like that's what they need. And it says spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. So yeah, they do need a little bit of healing and some nurturing, but also to take their focus out. Maybe they do want to get out of the house. Maybe they're like, I'm tired of the same routines. Or because some babies, especially, they can't tell you because they're so small. They do really like fresh air. You know, I feel it's something to do with nature that's gonna help them. So let's look at Saggy children, Sagittarians. Okay. Your child is a Sagittarius. Let's see. Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising child. Let's see where they're at this month. Where's the Sagittarian child at this month? Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, okay. 7 of Pentacles came out. The Justice card came out. And the 7 of Swords. Okay, let's see. What is the advice for the parent or guardian of this Sagittarian child? What is the parent guardian's advice? 2 cards want to come out for you. So you got the healing, healed, and healer card with the holiday card. So it seems to me that for some of you, like this child, if they are a teenager or preteen, or they're old enough for chores and they're old enough for allowance, that's their focus, or they're ready to take on responsibilities now in some way. And I feel like they're interested in earning their own money, which is a good thing. This is a baby. I feel like what they're thinking about, their biggest focus is on some sort of, I hear motor skill. I don't know if they're getting ready to crawl, or they're ready to crawl, or they're ready to walk now. It might take like some toy to help do that, like a walker toy or something, but it seems like they're ready for the next milestone. It's like a child maturing. So say if you have a little kid and they're ready to start taking care and clean up their own room, or they're ready to start earning allowances, or they're ready to drive, ready to get a job, that's where they're at, because this has something to do with money for most of the children. With the Seven of Cups, they do want to earn something. They do want to work for something. So I feel if you have kids that are wanting to clean up, even if they're little, they're ready to wash the dishes. Some parents start early, like as early as 3 years old, teaching them how to clean up their room and stuff. I feel like they want allowance, or they want, rewards, whether it's a toy for doing well, or I did good in school. They want to be noticed for their efforts, and they want to be noticed for their their willingness to do something. It could be they want a job now. They're ready to start work, or they want to earn allowances and things like that. Or like I said, if it's a child, they're ready for some next step. If they're 7 months, can't remember what the 7 months milestone is, like what baby should be doing at 7 months, but they're ready for that. It might require some sort of toy or item or something. But how they are perceiving things this month is justice. So it's like this is the right time for me. Like things are ready for me. It's time. And they want to, like, that's why I get allowance. Like they want to earn something. They want to it's like karma. Like they want to weigh the scales. Like if I do this, then this is going to come out of it. So that's the energy for the majority that I'm picking up. If this is a baby, obviously I feel like this baby, I feel like just wants that to maintain balance, and I'm also getting support. I don't know why, but I'm getting like babies are ready for some next step, like walking or crawling or something, maybe even talking. But the Seven of Swords, what they're projecting outwardly, I feel like you might not understand them. You might, or feel like they're up to something. So they might not be forthcoming with what their intentions are. If it's a baby, it's a little hard to understand them in some way, because like I said, they might need a walker. Like, because some babies, when they're ready to stand or ready to walk, they stand up on things. This baby may like need help for whatever reason. So that's why I say there's a tool or something that they need that extra support to do for some reason. But that's what I'm picking up. So your advice is the healed, and healer card. Healing energy surrounds you in the situation. With the holiday card, the answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation retreat or holiday getaway. So, so say for instance, like you go on a family trip or vacation, or you go visit family, and you have a baby that's like, they like, shouldn't he or she be walking? And then maybe one family member starts to notice that they have a desire to, and they're like, oh, I know what will help. This is what I used to do for my kids or something, and it helps. It could also be like when your child, if they're ready for money or something like that, they might, be helping grandma around the house or something. Grandma's like, let me give you a penny or a nickel or something. And it might give you a hint like, oh, they're ready for responsibilities, or, or shouldn't you be looking for a job now? Somebody might bring it up, or they might be out and about and you just happen to notice something. It's kind of like a solution. So just keep that in mind with your Sagittarian kids. Let's see what's up with Capricorn children. Okay. Capricorn children, let's see what's up with your Capricorn's sun, moon, rising children. Let's see what they're up to this month, what's going on within them. Capricorn children. Wheel of Fortune wanted to come out. Wheel of Fortune. The Tower. Page of Cups. And the Eight of Swords. Okay, let's see. What is your advice as a parent or guardian to this Capricorn child for the month of July? What is your advice? Admit your true feelings to yourself. Okay. So what I feel like, what they're thinking, this child, is they are going through a change of some sort, or their hobbies are changing, or their interests are changing. They might be going through a phase, but it seems like your child is like in this phase of wanting to spend a lot of time by themselves. They may be interested in like reading like books. It might be time to start reading or teaching them how to read. It could also be, for some of you, your children spend a lot of time reading books and they enjoy it. But I feel like it's a phase that they're going through in some way. So let's see what else we get. Because the Tower card is how they feel. So they are going through a significant change in their life right now. And it seems like if this is a child old enough to express themselves, verbally express themselves, or tell you what they're thinking or how they're feeling, even if they're like a small child, they might tell you that they might have feelings or thoughts that are 1 minute happy. I'm kind of getting, like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a diagnosis, so just take this with a grain of salt unless it really stands out to you. Could be exhibiting bipolar energy, especially if they're a teenager, or moodiness or depression. This is a child, like, they're hyper 1 minute and then the next they're like really chill. It's like a weird contrast that you might notice, or it might be something that just stands out to you. They might be telling you that they feel certain things. With the Page of Cups, this is how they're perceiving things. They could be perceiving things from a very emotional perspective, and like roller coaster, like things are just going out of whack. So the Wheel of Fortune is spinning, right? So they might feel like they're going through this cycle that's like unstable, or they don't know how to control their behavior or their thoughts or their feelings. Because the Eight of Swords is what they're projecting outwardly. They're projecting outwardly toward you this moodiness, this anger, this possibly depression, or they're always saying negative things like, I hate my life, or people at school are picking on me. They're going through something, and I feel like you need to pay attention, because it says admit your true feelings to yourself. So your kids are speaking to you, and I feel like in a way that to pay attention to them. And it says be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. So it's kind of like you're not a psychic per se, or aware, a way that you know exactly what they're going through, what they're feeling. So it might be that they want to express their feelings to you in some way, or you might need to probe them to just talk to you and be okay with talking to you, maybe getting them out of the house or something. But I feel, you know, this child might need, a little bit of counseling, or just someone to console and talk to, because they are going through something. Okay. It's not that big of a deal. It might be and it might not be, but I just would, talk to them, because they are going through something. Okay. All right. Aquarius children. My favorite, because my baby, she's an Aquarius. Let's see. Aquarius children. Let's see. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. If your child is an Aquarius, let's see where their energy is. Let's see where their energy's at. Let's see where these Aquarians are at within themselves this month. Okay. Justice. The Two of Cups. Three of Swords. And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Let's see what your advice as their parent or guardian. What is your advice as the Aquarian children's guardian or parent this month? What is your advice? Be yourself. So justice is what they're thinking. Okay, so they're the type of person or child that wants harmony and balance and stability. And I feel like they want people to get along. And I heard mommy and daddy. So if you guys have, there's a parent situation or there's a co-parenting, they just want you to get along with the Two of Cups. This could be they want an equal amount of time with people that they love, whether it's mommy or daddy, or they think along the lines that maybe mommy especially is trying to maneuver and make things work, balance things out. It could also be that this child is looking at the right or wrongs around them. So like if something's going on that they don't agree with, they might feel it and they might express it if they can. If they're a child that can speak for themselves or somehow show you, they'll show you. But with the Two of Cups, how they do feel very much close to their mommy and dad, or they feel close with others. They feel a proper balance between their time and energy with each parent. They feel very much they feel focused, or they feel like they're equally important to each parent. It's not like one parent is around. If there's a single parent home, then it could be that there's someone else in their life that, or just it could represent their family and a parent, that they feel like they have this equal exchange of love. Could be that they wish to have that for some of them, because how they're perceiving things, the Three of Swords, they're perceiving things as unsettled and uneasy, or they're unhappy with what they're seeing, or they want things to mend, or they want to heal someone. They want to heal someone in their family, possibly. They want someone to be happy. They might feel like mom or dad is going through ups and downs right now, or they feel it. The Seven of Pentacles, what they're projecting is this patience and this nurturing energy as a child, or they're just really, I feel like they're not, I just get like a chill vibe from this child, but at the same time they might be trying to exhibit some patience, or they're not, I feel like they're old enough to tell you what they feel, and it might be they're waiting things out, or you might notice that this child is not as active as usual, because Aquarian children are pretty active and pretty inquisitive. So you might notice that they're just really laid back and chill. If it's a baby, they're not going to give you too much problems at all. Be yourself. It says the situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis of your personal power. So your children may be saying that you might need to take your power back or control in something, or they feel like both parents are not being themselves, something's off a little bit, something out of order. But that's what I'm picking up for Aquarian children. So however that resonates with you. All right, last but not least is Pisces children. Let's see. Okay. Pisces children, whether this is a Pisces sun, moon, or rising child, let's see where they are at within themselves. Okay. The King of Cups. Oh. The Ace of Swords. The Queen of Cups. And the Hierophant. Somebody is a daddy's girl or daddy's boy. Let's see. So the King of Cups. I'm going to pull. I almost forgot to pull an advice card. Let's pull an advice card for a parent or guardian of this Pisces child. Okay. Healer, healed, and healing. So the King of Cups is what they're thinking about. They're thinking about, okay, this can be one or two ways. It could be a child that extremely loves their dad, or grandpa, or uncle, or big brother. They love some sort of male figure in their life, and that's, a big focus for them. But also, if they're old enough, they have crushes. They are feeling a crush, because you got the King and the Queen of Cups in the same spread. So if they're old enough, they're thinking about love right now. It could also be that they're focused on mom and dad, and their marriage and their relationship. They're looking at relationships right now, even if they're kids. So be very mindful of what you're projecting to a child, because I feel like they're watching maybe grandma and grandpa, or their brother or sister might be in a boyfriend or girlfriend relationship. They're paying attention to relationships. So if they're really young and impressionable, make sure because they're recording something. They're taking note of something as the Ace of Swords. But I feel like they're trying to understand how they feel too. So they might be seeing certain things that they're paying attention to, like people, what people do in relationships, kiss or hug, or they're seeing that on TV or something. But it could also be if they have a crush on someone, they're trying to figure out and trying to understand it. They're old enough. How they're perceiving things. They're perceiving that they are daddy's biggest focus or mommy's focus. they feel very loved. I feel like they perceive that they are very much loved and cared for. But also they could be perceiving that they're in love, or they're ready for a boyfriend or girlfriend, or they have a crush, and they're focused on their beauty. They could be focusing on how they look, if they're handsome, if they're attractive. For some of them, if they're old enough for all of that. And what they're projecting is the Hierophant. So they could be projecting this energy, like, it could be like it's us against the world. Like, daddy's girls are really close to their dads, like they're little, princesses. If it's, son, their dad, like we're partners, like this is the best friend, very close. But also they could be like, I'm ready for a boyfriend and girlfriend. So if that's their age, it might be time to talk about that, or whatever you choose to do. But the Hierophant tells me that they're very concerned about love, and they're recording things, or they're paying attention, or they're trying to make sense of things. So healing, healer, and healed. It says healing energy surrounds you in the situation. So this energy is love, I feel. It's a love energy with the King and the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. It's love written all over it. So it might be that they need your advice, or your counsel. If this is a baby, I feel like you're healing them. They feel very much loved, very much cared for and protected, which is good. Pretty much that is what I'm picking up for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and you'll find this helpful to all my fellow parents out there, grandparents, and whatnot. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and that it gives you insight into your children. Of course, it's a general energy reading. It's not a personal reading, but if you guys want a personal reading with me, check the description box below. Much love to you guys. Peace.